Hi everybody, to go along with the story, The Knight and the Dragon, today we're going to be drawing the barbecue scene with the dragon. You're going to put yourself in the picture, you're going to put the knight in the picture, you're going to put the barbecue and what they're barbecuing. And we're going to be thinking about background, midground, foreground. Remember that foreground is what's closest to us, so the knight, you, and the dragon and the barbecue are going to be in the foreground or closest to us. Then the midground is the middle of the picture, and in this one we drew the castle, some mountains in the middle of our picture, and then the background is what's farthest away from us, and in our background we have a sun and two clouds and the sky. Okay, so we're going to keep thinking about background, midground, foreground. Here's another version of it where the dragon, the knight, and you, or I drew me in this case, are in the foreground or the front of the picture. The middle of the picture has the barbecue stand and the castle and the moat and the mountains, and then the background has a bird, the sun, and a cloud, and of course the sky. Okay, so let's get started. Today we're going to be using our paper in the hamburger, landscape, or crossways side direction. And our first step is going to be to write our name and class code. And then we're going to turn our paper over to the other side. Remember, holding it in the landscape direction. And then we're going to start to plan, because remember, we're going to want to be thinking about background, midground, and foreground. So we know in the front of the picture we're going to be drawing a dragon, so each table is going to get a sheet of how to draw a dragon. If you have a way that you like to draw your own dragon, please go ahead and use that. But I'm going to put the dragon way over here so we have plenty of space for other things. And for my dragon's face, I'm going to draw a half an oval. Okay, then I'm going to switch to a marker so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to draw a half an oval like this. Okay, then for the top of his head, I'm going to curve over like this, and it's going to feel like I'm making a great big oval for his tummy, which I am. Then we're going to draw the 2 feet, one sticking out like this, and the other one's going to be sticking out like this. Okay, I'm going to do 2 dragon eyes like this. And then his nose, he's a fire-breathing dragon, and that's how he's cooking the barbecue. So I'm going to make a nice big nose like that, and the bottom of his mouth maybe like this, and some flames coming out so he can be cooking something. All right, then all the way down his back, I'm going to do a zigzag line of triangles like this. And then I'm going to remember that I want to curve his tail around and out like this on this side. Okay. And out and over like this. Then some dragon toes. And my dragon's tummy, which has stripes on it. And then my dragon's arms are going to be coming out so that he can be holding that skewer of meatballs and cooking it. Okay. And I just put 3 meatballs on there like that. Okay. All right, and then I can come back and add some details to the rest of my dragon when I've defined the rest of my space, okay? All right, so then maybe I'm going to put a little chef hat on my dragon. All right, then I'm going to move over just a little bit and think about drawing myself, okay? So let's start with a circle, because we want to have ourselves from the top of our head to our tippy toes, nose and mouth. Then you draw your hair like you want your hair to look. And let's put a chef's hat on ourselves, because we're going to be helping doing some of the cooking too. And then think about what you want to be wearing and maybe what you want to be holding I'm going to have me maybe holding a plate, getting ready to serve some things. Okay, hands and a plate. Okay, and then legs and feet. And then we want to remember in the front of the picture we also want to have our knight. So I'm going to start drawing my knight by drawing a half an oval for his helmet, 2 little lines, and that plume that he has coming off. Okay, I'm going to finish up his helmet a little bit. Draw his face. Okay, and then the rest of his armor maybe. And you can draw your knight however you want to. I'm just kind of drawing him like he was in the book a little bit. And maybe he has his shield. You can put whatever you like on the shield. And then in the book they have him kind of helping with a skewer that also has a meatball on it. Okay. And then we're going to, now that we have kind of finished up our foreground a little bit, we're going to want to have them all standing on something. So I'm going to do a line from one side to the other with some grass. And then let's think about our castle, okay? The castle was a little bit up on a hill, so let's draw the hill, because now we're thinking about the middle of our picture a little bit, all right? And so I'm going to start my castle up here. For the middle of my picture, the midground, right? And then that dragon cave also was made out of big rocks. So I'm going to put my dragon cave right here, made out of big rocks, okay? And then maybe some more castle-y looking details here for the castle. And I'm doing this really fast, and that reminds me, if I'm going too fast, please stop and start the video, or ask the teacher to stop and start the video so that you can take your time with your drawing. No, your castle does not need to look exactly like mine. You make your castle look however you want your castle to look, as long as it's kind of in the midground of your picture, okay? And so that looks fairly castle-y, so I'm going to leave it at that. And then think of 2 or 3 things that you're going to put in the sky, okay? So I'm going to have a sun. You draw your sun however you want. And then I'm going to have a couple of clouds. And then let's have a bird over here. Okay, I'm going to start with a circle, 2 triangles, an oval, a rectangle, triangle for one wing and the other, and a dot for the eye, okay? And then 2 legs and feet, like that. And then our picture is basically done. We've planned it all out, okay? So in the background or farthest away from us, we have clouds, sun, and a bird. In the midground, we have the castle and the dragon's cave and some mountains. And then in the foreground or the front of the picture, we've drawn our dragon, ourself, and the knight, okay? So when you're done with this, I would like you to get either a black marker or a black crayon out of your kit and go ahead and outline everything. That's just to make everything stand out. Remember, we talked about form line before, and form line is an outline that makes your details stand out from each other, okay? And then use crayons and marker, or crayons, a combination of both, to add lots and lots of color. For the sky, if you'd like to use sideways crayons, your teacher will have blue on the teacher desk so that you can use sideways crayons to add the sky in, okay? So have lots of fun, be creative, and remember to think about the background farthest away from us, the midground or the middle of your picture, and the foreground or the front of your picture or what's close to us. Okay? Bye.